Yo, 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 it's the Black King, and welcome back. The Black King plays Minecraft. Well, just before we continue on here, you hate that when your toilet paper just decides to somehow be messed up to the point that you had to take out the lining in it? Well, anyway, now this is also a bit of an update video. And, a few things I want to point out. I had never heard of an abandoned village before. Joel is neat. Ha 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 ha. Very funny. I don't even know what you're talking about. I never noticed that before. But anyway, you can see that what's going on in the background before there. There have been talks about stuff that I've never heard of before. Well, if you come across a village that's like has no villagers in it. Uh-oh, I think something's here. That can't be good. Anyway, in other words, if there's no villagers there and there's cobwebs in it, dolphins can use the shut brooks. I don't care about that. I have no idea what the hell that is in the background, so don't ask me. It looks pretty interesting. So anyway, it has spider webs in it, and like in the buildings and stuff. Yeah, see, I expanded out my wall here because, well, for reasons to get this down enough. See, look at that. I mean, I have been working on this effortlessly, getting this wall down. I mean, I hadn't really thought about putting this up as a permanent wall or anything, but I might just do that. I don't know yet. Until I have actually gone around the entire village and got this hooked up, because I still haven't even hooked up this, but I opened up the pathway here because I was messing around with stuff and expanding. So, and yeah, see, I also put some outer lining over there, but that's not what we're here today. So, if you ever encounter them, be careful, because, you know, unless you're, of course, you're in creative mode like I am right now, I don't have to worry about it if I did decide to find them, which I'm not going to try to do on a mobile device, and I don't recommend unless you, of course, it's like an iPad or something, and I'm going to go over there and go find out if there was a package or not, something here, a little bit. But I just wanted to quickly say, I mean, yeah, I've been working on this wall here, back and forth, and getting the ground a little closer. I decided to put some, like, wood underneath of it, you know. But, yeah, there's a lot of areas I need to go back under and just, like, put wood under. Not that but again, I mean, there's not much point to it, other than to make room so I can record this if I decide to want to do that. But other than that, because I'm not really sure what my permanent deal is for over here, but I did mine out the wall there as well. I wouldn't really call it. Ooh, that's not good. Don't know why that was open. But anyway, as you can tell, I've gotten a lot of walling done and expanded the wall out. It's like, what the hell, why not? So, you know, and I also took down some lanterns as well. I did not actually expand this walling. I suppose I could, but there's not much point. Actually, because again, this is all temporary anyway. I mean, I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the outside. I may just take it all down. I mean, so far it's been good, but I mean, like I said, I mean, I've actually had to knock out animals, which I didn't like to have to do. By animals, I mean the pigs and the cows and stuff, because they were getting in here and stuff like that. I wasn't even trying to attack them, I was trying to get them to go. They wouldn't go. Because I don't need them trapped in here and me have to worry about them, you know? Especially while I'm building, you know? When I'm done building, like I said, when I first started this, it's fine. It's when I'm building, and then they start getting in the way, and it's like, oh, I didn't mean to attack you. Because, you know, it's like, that's what I mean, they get in your way. There's bunny rabbits up here, I'm not worried about them. Anything that's on the outside of this place is nothing that I'm worried about. It's when I'm actually working on the inside, on the project itself. It's like when it comes to houses and stuff like that. Stupid seller. Anyway, there's that. See, right now, as I've tried to show you before, there is a village here. I don't think I've actually tinkered with this village yet. I did mess with one in another while back, but, you know, it just, like, became useless. Yeah, they have a campfire. I mean, right now, they have stuff here. I'm not sure all about it. I mean, literally. You know, and back in my day when I played MineCroft, you know, there was no raids, no nothing, but now you can have that if you mess with certain villager-type people. Yeah, kind of crazy, huh? Another thing I don't like about some of these maps as well is that they have them, like, high up on the cliff. And it's like, how in the heck did they get down and up without hurting themselves? So I tried my best forever and a day to try to get it leveled out there. Yes, they have a dock, which kind of sucks. I didn't really realize that's what that's for. It's to have like a boat dock, or you know, for fishing for some reason or another. And then there's a hole here. And what they use is this. Yeah. I guess it's kind of, I didn't realize that was what they used for that. I have another dock, but it's blocked off because I got my wall up against it. You know, even without it, it's my castle just going around it. Here's another dock. What's the point of these docks, you know? A little too long if you ask me. And speaking of villages and stuff like that, you know, trying to get them done and all that, you know, my thing is that I don't want them to go too far off the beaten path. Because I like to have them, see, when you're making castles and stuff, you can make them any way you want to. But if you paid attention to what castles had in them, they had like a whole entire town and, you know, houses for the villagers. Now, whether or not that's actually a thing or not is, you know, very debatable because none of us lived in that time. But there are a lot of evidences to suggest both ways, which, you know, never knowing which one came out to be truer more than the other, so we don't know if it's actually true that there was no houses, and we don't know if it was true or not if they didn't have any villages in there. So all I know is, like, based on movies and stuff like that. I mean, not to say the movies are real, but a lot of their structures and stuff are based off historical notes and books, and even though sometimes that turns out to be like a thing, which I have no idea where my castle is. It's a good thing I have a bed in there. See, that's another thing I don't like about MineCroft, is I get easily too lost. You know, I'd be like, well, how do I get from here to over there, because I don't know where what is. Ah, here it is. You know, and I never did like going off to very far places because I did that once for MineCroft. I mean, by more time than I can care to count. And let me tell you, I got lost. And I never did put a bid down, and then I was like, oh, jeez. But then there's times I would, and I still got lost anyway, believe it or not. So, I've been moving. I was working on this too a while back. Kind of a silly thing to do, but I did. So, let's see. What else did I work on while you guys were away? Here's that dock that's being blocked off right now that nobody can get to. Yeah. So, Yeah, I still got a lot of work to cut out ahead of me. Yeah, I've been working on stuff here and there. And I'm messing with the ground. You know, I even put, yeah, see that right there? I started this down here to kind of do this, and this, and this, and this. I try not to kill or hurt any animals, even while off stream, but that's what usually tends to happen when they get in there. I mean, it's like, even though I'm not even trying to get them to leave, I wish I've done that before. I wasn't trying to get them to leave. I didn't care if they stayed, but the problem is that, yeah, they were getting in my way. So, because I mean, when they get in the way, it's like I'm hitting them anyway. So what's the point of, what's the difference between that and me trying to get rid of them to get out of there until I'm done? You know, since I have no way to really entrap them in some kind of place without it taking up room or something. That's what, so I could do that. Actually, you know what? I never thought about doing that. The hell of it is trying to keep them in there. Yeah, and I've been picking up seeds too and flowers. You know, and I mean, no, I'm not the flowery type of person, but you know, I think flowers are pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. They are, but I'm just not into that kind of thing, you know. I just say I wouldn't do it for decoration or anything, but you know, I'm just thinking, you know, in this kind of day and age, you know, and I've been working on Command and Conquer, and I've been working, you know, back and forth off on the DLC. Every once in a while, you get that, regardless, again, whether or not you're in survival mode or what. And speaking of survival mode, it's actually skirmish mode, but it's technically still surviving anyway. So it doesn't matter what I call it. It's all about basically surviving against 3 AIs. Not that you wouldn't be surviving anyway in the campaign mode, but you know. Plus, that opens up the way to here because at some point I'm going to be expanding that. This point here. I might just leave that there and just take down the wall because this here is going to be something that I intend to knock out at some point. And I don't try to get rid of a lot of these because once they're gone, they're gone. Sometimes they turn into stone, sometimes they don't. By that I mean cobblestone. Regardless of whether you're mining for them or not, I mean through it. So, and it's really weird the way how they have the place on there. It's like you can't even tell that it's like it's supposed to be, but it doesn't turn out to be that way until you mine for it, and it's not always going to be a percentage chance. You actually have more of a chance to get it out of this that I just killed there. So, you know. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this, well, if I was on computer, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't have to do this. I mean, I can do it still if I wanted to, but there would be no point when I don't have to worry about room. Of course, you do have to if you have a limited space, because I've had those. And believe it or not, you do not want to put MineCroft, I mean, unless, of course, that's the only thing you're working on. Anyway, on a 250 gigabyte hard drive. But you got to consider as well what you have on top of it, which is the Windows, and that's taking up room. While you could get rid of the Windows, it's not advisable because you wouldn't be able to play without an operating system. So really, you wouldn't be doing yourself any amount of favors by even eliminating that out of your possibility range. I think I've done pretty much enough damage here. Yeah. See, look at this. I went up in here. made some sort of staircase there. It's not exactly, stairs like they're supposed to look like, but, went up in there, and I've been messing with this. This was kind of messed up a little. I mean, I already kind of had a little prearranged, but then I kind of messed with that, and there's this. I mean, it was, the reason I kind of stopped right there, because if I'm not mistaken, if I go up any further, there's the village, and I want to make sure I'm not running through it like I already did there, and I didn't even know that when I first started this project. Had I have known that, I would have made sure that I've gone further up. I really didn't want to mess with the village any more than I would have had to, because, like I said, sometimes they do some weird designs that make no damn sense. Way it's already pre-set up. I mean, most of it looks good, but when you try and design homes for villages and stuff like that, I mean, they may not care, because, I mean, it obviously looks like that they don't care. But if you care enough that you want to pay attention to detail, even if it's not about whether or not you're, designing it a specific way, like with all the flowers and paintings and all kinds of whatever the hell you want to put in them, or not put in them, even if it's not about that, you just put it a certain way. It makes more sense that way. Or you could just leave it alone. But either way, I wouldn't, because, like, I saw this one house that was incomplete. I thought, what the hell, man? And I saw a couple of them. I'm like, okay, I gotta mess with this and that now. And I was on another world, so that's been deleted since. And you might be wondering why that's not over here. Well, if I move it over, I gotta move that out more. And then I gotta take out this tree anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And besides that, it's all temporary anyway. I mean, I might expand it more further on in the future. But right now, that's kind of where I want it. That's for the outside anyway. The wall is still temporary, but how I want the castle is permanent. I mean, when you have a very long, big village, you gotta make sure you're putting a castle, and that's if you're putting a castle. If not, don't worry about it. Like if you're wanting to make a castle and you want to put it around a village, you don't have to do that. You can just make it wherever you want to on a flat surface, as long as it's flat. Stuff like that. But either way, I mean, you see, I've come a long ways since then. And, before you know it, since I've already messed it up, I'm going to have to wind up redoing the entire village, which is going to be crazy. And yeah, I'll be leaving trees in there once I've actually... I'll wind up taking out trees, but there'll be plenty of trees. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replant them, and then whatever. But it'll be like the ones that'll be in my way. I guarantee you, it's probably all of them that are in my way. See, it's not even complete yet, and I'm already not even all the way around, I don't think. So, this, in case you're wondering why these are here, it's because it's to count, like I said, I mean, and it also helps to know with the fives. I mean, I got it just a certain way to make sense, even though I'm not really into mathematics either. It's this game they're talking about, they took out the math. I'm like, alright, that's fine with me. I don't even do math anyway that much. I mean, when it comes to games, I don't really think about, like, well, okay, 2 plus 2 equals, I can beat this guy with this amount of math. I mean, that's what they were doing for children, for crying out loud. And you know what? Probably for me to teach kids, but I'm just saying, I mean, when you talk about games that have math in them, it's like, you sure you want to talk about that? Because, look at that. matter of fact, I like these, but I'm not sure how you're supposed to make them without, going into creative mode specifically. Oops, didn't need to do that. But I did need to do that. And it needs to be leveled up there. I mean, not leveled up, but moved up. I don't need to move that there. But I do need to move this here. And I'm not just doing it for resizing either. It's mainly for kind of a sort of a design. But when it comes to mobile device, yeah, like this one here, it is mainly for the size. Or, I mean, how much room? I'm not saying size. Let me look talking nonsense. Size. The size of the room that's available here, I should say. That's what I hate. When it does that kind of junk. But so you know, I mean, I just, and then there's this whole wall business right here that needs to be fixed out, but I ain't worried about it too much. If I play my cards right, we shouldn't run out of room where we're going, oh my god. Now I ran out of room and now I have to start this all over, and I'm like, oh no. Well, or so you would think, but not really. It just has to take a little bit to eliminate some resources, and that's about it. So, and it's been a while since I've done an update, and been a while since I've even, done a deal on MineCroft with recording, and I just barely picked up this game. By picked up, I mean, in other words, started getting onto it about, the other day or two ago. I've been slacking off on this thing for a while now. Otherwise, things would have been done even more. I take breaks from time to time on this because it's, it's not really that important, but important enough. So, I can do that. So whenever you see sand, always cover it up with whatever you want to, because, see, sand is not the most reliable when it comes to blocks, because it can fall and then hurt people or yourself, And another thing you want to do is avoid from hurting the fish, unless of course you're just trying to fish for them, and I don't really go for that kind of stuff. I can easily just kill them anyway. And that's if I cared about getting fish meat. I mean, Now, it's important not to cover up all the water in the world, no. But, this is to make up a platform. And thankfully, for what we did there, we don't have to worry about much there. So, now, let's cover up that. I mean, you can have sand if you want to, but I wouldn't advise it. As a sort of platform type basis, I mean, you can if you want it for, like, I don't know, having like a sand duned home or whatever. That's what you want. I don't go for that. But, in other words, let me put it this way. If you're going to do like what I'm doing, then I suggest you do it like this. But if not, well, also just do it however you want to. Don't worry about the way I'm doing it. The way I'm doing is how I want this to be set up. So, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Not exactly how I wouldn't be worrying about this if it's the way I wanted it. Because I don't really particularly care about this. It's just, again, the space. And that's another thing. Gravel. You do not want gravel around you. I mean, you're okay when you're in creative mode. But I wouldn't recommend it in survival mode because your character, and I always say it like that because it's true, it's not you. Anyway, we'll always die. So, now that we've done that, we can do this, 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 and that, and this. No, not to mention this. This, 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 this. Oh, not to mention this. You might be wondering why. Well, because, again, room. Keep this going. That's going to have to be moved. I actually didn't plant that there. Which, is fine. But, I might be replacing that here once I get to the point that I'm actually putting wood up here. But right now I'm just kind of covering up the sand. So, yeah, otherwise, I don't know anything about no abandoned villages. So, if you're looking to get that kind of info... Okay, so no, I don't... It's okay that I have that there. I can see that now. Anyway, let's see what we have here. There we go. If you're wondering why I'm not heightening up that other side, it's because, well, it has nothing to do with what I'm making here. I don't really pay attention to using that very often unless I absolutely have to. Where I fill up the water hole. Water hole. Or I actually go like this. No, I don't need that. But you get the idea. And, so... And this isn't to make a wall here. to go over here and expand that. No. Not really. What it is just a... It's like it's building up a platform here. No, I want this. Thank you kindly. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go all the way over here to China. Let's see, fill up the rest of this. You know, and it doesn't really matter whether or not I mess with the wall or not to fill up the rest of it. But it would if I was trying to make it even. But I ain't gonna worry about that. If you heard that, that was a horse somewhere, which thankfully they're not inside, so we ain't got nothing to worry about there. There's our tree. And there it is. And this is where we shall end. This has been DaBLackKing Plays MineCroft. Another bonus updated video. See y'all later. Bye-bye.